Before I start this review, I've made a Twitter account. I'm pretty new to it, but if you could go in the description and start following me on that, I've put the link down there, just so I can inform you of what I'm up to, like new videos or questions, like what my new video should be on, that sort of thing. If you could do that real quick, and yeah, thank you. Hello everyone, my name is Sam, and welcome to Hyplex Dark RP. I think they call it Dark RP, but it's more of a Dark RP slash perp kind of thing. I've seen layouts like this before in other servers, but not in Dark RP, so that's why I found this really interesting. It should almost be its own game mode, because it's got the not serious side, like, you know, of the players messing around and, you know, not taking RP so seriously, but then you have all this inventory systems and all that sort of stuff. But I enjoyed it. I'm going to break it down. I'm going to talk about the good, I'm going to talk about the bad, and then I'm going to talk about the community a bit, and then I'm going to sum it up, overall review, and I hope you agree, or if I hope you disagree with some of it, as long as you respectfully tell me in the comments what you disagree with, you know, that's fine. Anyway, I'll stop rambling on, and I'll get on with the review. So first of all, download time, really quick for me anyway. I had a friend who joined with me, and it took him a while, but he's not really played Gary's mod much, so I think he had to re-download all the files, but I had most of the files already backed up, so I think that's why I got in pretty quickly, but I think his internet's a bit crappy too. So yeah, download speed was pretty good. I found the HUD and F4 menu to be pretty nice. It's quite basic, but tells you everything you need. You know, there's your money, there's your health in the money at the bottom, armor in the middle, health on the top. Don't get in the way. And the F4 menu, I've seen it before in loads of servers, so it's nothing unique. But for what Hyplex is trying to do, it's perfect. It tells you everything. You've got your inventory, you've got your stats, you've got your job menu, and all that. So that's really good. The server's got a really perpy feel to it. If you've only played Dark RP before, perp's basically just a really a more serious version of Dark RP. But this server kind of does a hybrid. Sometimes it's super Dark RP, and the next it's really perp. And people who've played both will 100% know what I mean. I don't think anyone will disagree with me on that one. There's a bank system which I thought worked really well. Basically, as you can see, there's like everything you can buy from the market. That's just milk, but you can buy loads of crafting items, some very expensive items. So every now and again you're going to need to store that in the bank. Otherwise, if not, people can take it off you, kill you, and mug it off you. So yeah, the bank does really good, and ATMs, as you can see here, I've seen this on other servers, but it works fine. So you know, that's pretty nice. This one's kind of a neutral thing. You can build your own bases in this, but I think the players really took advantage, as you just saw then, that person had that base saved and people just spam it in. For me, that's a good and bad thing. A good thing, you know, for personal creativity. You know, if you want to get raided, you can build up a really nice base to help defense-wise. But a bad thing, because, well, one, there's lag with props and stuff. Two, like if you're going for more of a serious server, I don't really know if what this server's trying to do, because sometimes I feel like, oh no, it's not really serious, and then the next time it is really serious, and I don't think it knows which one it wants to be. If you're trying to be a serious server, then I think these bases are silly, because I think it takes immersion out of it, and it opens a lot of opportunities for abuse, and spam and all that horrible things. It's a neutral thing, so I don't disagree or agree with it. It's just how you take it. If you like it, then brilliant. If you don't like it, then there you go, you don't like it. To build though, however, you know, in every Dark RP server you can build your own base, but that's usually like inside a building. These are just, this whole base is just props. But if you are just you know, putting up some defences in an already built place, like an apartment, you know, you've got all the props there. There's no restrictions, which is good. You know, some servers like don't allow you to do that because people spam it, but I don't agree with that. I think you should give the players the ability to build what they want, and if they do abuse it, that's what the admins are for. The admins are there so people don't abuse it. So just taking it away just shows, it kind of just tells the people that your admins aren't capable of controlling the players. That's how I think of it anyway. I noticed with fading doors, I've never actually seen this before. It might be in loads of servers that I've just not noticed. But there's a fading door abuse. If you know what that is, you should do. Basically, if you press a certain hotkey on your keyboard, a certain door that you've put down will open just for a split second. And sometimes people abuse that by quickly opening it and shooting someone, like if they're raiding, and then closing again. That's fading door abuse, and that's not allowed. However, this server blocks fading door abuse. If you open your fading door, it remains open for 5 seconds. Therefore, it stops people from just quickly opening it and closing it just so they can get in the right position and kill, you know. So I thought that was really clever, and I'm glad this server has that. I was really pleased about that. Guns in this are super rare and expensive. Well, I say rare, maybe not necessarily rare, but for a new player who doesn't know anyone, definitely rare. I came into this not knowing anyone. Me and my friend, we tried to grind money printers, but that didn't work because they're just so slow and guns are expensive. So I think that's a good. If you're looking for a fast-paced like the Dark Happy where you come in and you've got everything, then don't play on this one. This server requires some grind, and I like that. I think restricting guns reduces so much RDM. A lot less work for the admins. Not that because they're too lazy. But that's the admins out there, to break the rules. They're there to make sure no one does break the rules, and not many people did on this server, which I quite like, because people who just come into RDM, they can't, because they're going to have to play the game quite a long time. So yeah, I like that guns are quite expensive and hard to come across. You've got to craft them. And you've got to be certain levels to craft them, and to do that you've got to grind. And it's a lot of you've got to put money in to get money out. It's spend money to make money kind of thing. And I like that. It's a good system. I enjoyed that you could go into third person. I didn't know you could do this until quite a while later. I finally found the clothes shop, even though it was in the market the entire time, but I didn't really see it. When you can buy yourself masks. I bought myself a little horse mask, and if you press F1 you can go into third person and look at yourself and customize. This kind of gives the player a reason to grind a bit. If he wants all the more expensive kind of clothing, he wants to look good, give the player something to work for, and that's what the server does quite well. So yeah, there's a nice clothing system that you can buy if you like to customize your character. This server is definitely that for you. The death process was interesting. I've seen it before, but basically when you get hit just a few times, but enough, you go unconscious. You're not dead, and you can be revived by the paramedics, which I find interesting. But if you're shot enough, you're just going to be straight up dead, and you can respawn straight away. And I think if you have I don't know exactly how it works. I think if you've got items on you and you die, then you lose it, and you lose like a certain percent of your money too. But if you get revived, you can keep your. I think I might be completely wrong on that. But yeah, the death process was quite interesting, and it gives another government job a purpose, like paramedics. Usually medics just run around healing anyone. While in this, they bring people to life. People rely on them sometimes, especially the police and the government side of it. I enjoyed the system for reporting people. If you type the @ button into the chat, a little menu will come up, and it will say what was the offence that was done to you. And if you, for example, said RDM, from the console it would say the last person that killed you was so on. You'd click you'd say, yeah, that was the person that RDM'd me, and then it would say an admin has seen this, and wait for your time, and an admin will see you and all that. I thought that was really cool. If you want RDM, there could be other things. If you type in other, you can type in your own comment, and the exact same process, an admin will look at it. I've not seen that in a server before, and I'm gonna feel stupid if one of you guys is like, wait, it's on loads of servers. I seriously just haven't seen it in other servers. If you find me on Steam, you'll see my game time. You'll see that I play Garry's Mod quite a lot. But yeah, I've just not come across it before. So if this server custom made that, then bloody well done. If not, then wherever you found it, not other people using it, so gives you a bit of, of a unique experience, really. Okay, so now I'm going to start talking about the bad things about the server that I didn't like. Not that that's everything about the good things. There is more. I don't have time to look 100% through all of it, but I'm going to just mention some some of the main things that maybe could change or improve. First problem I found, only a small problem, but finding property is hard. Say if you go to the guy who you can buy property from. Well, that's another good thing, I guess. I like the how you buy property from an NPC. But he gives you like numbers of the house that you buy or the apartment, but it doesn't actually tell you where it is or show you a picture of it. So you buy this house and you gotta run around the whole map trying to find the area you bought. So maybe if there's something to do, like if you can somehow code so it has an image of the place you're buying. I've seen that on servers before, so I don't see why it can't be done here. That would be cool. I wasn't a big fan of the printers. I thought they were pretty basic, to be honest. I think there's so much unique about this, and then you go for like a really used basic printer. I've never liked those like heater and battery things. I think it's a bit of a waste of time. If there's a reason for it, then fair enough. Like I said, some of these complaints were only minor. But I thought there could definitely be better printers in this server. To be honest, when I was just playing as civilian, I found it really hard to find negative things about the server, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is almost a 10. Like I was having so, but then I switched to cop, and I found it was actually, I was like, bloody hell, I'm finding like problems left, right, and centre with the cop side. Not that it was necessarily bad, but I just found so much. And as you can see now, this is a situation. I'm dragging a civilian, but he's just not coming. I don't know if that's because he's resisting, but I still feel like if he's resisting, he should still be bloody following me. So I don't know if it's a bug or he's just fail RPing. But that's a problem. But the first problem that I had when I was a police officer was how are police supposed to enforce the law in this server? Can you please explain this to me? Okay, so we've not got any weapons, and I know there'll probably be a reason for that. There'll be a reason because people don't come in the server, become police, and just start RDMing. I know that can be a problem. But how about a stun gun? Like just like that has like 1 or 2 shots, something that can stun them, and then you can arrest them once they get up. But we've just got handcuffs. That is the only equipment standard police officers have. And I thought it was silly because the only way to arrest people is they have to stand still, and you have to stand still for like 3 seconds. If they move, you stop arresting them, so they can run, and there's nothing you can do. If they start running, you might as well just give up. I end up running from police lair. You'll see the footage like right at the end of the video. They can't catch me. I stood there for 2 seconds. One was like, and I just decided to move and run off, and they could. I thought that was ridiculous. If there's reasons for it, and just tell me in the comments, please. But there you go, that's my opinion on that. I found like the further jobs in the police, I can't remember what they're called, but like there was like a communication person, there was an armed force kind of thing, and it'd say 10 minutes to be police officer, and then you can become this job. There's other ones that say 15, there's others that say 30. So I'm like, alright, I'll wait like 45 minutes, I go back to change to another job, and it says you have to wait 10 minutes. It gave me the same message, and it wouldn't let me become that job. I don't know why. I don't know if it's a typo, like you might have put 100 minutes instead. I don't know. I doubt that though. But I thought that was weird. So even when I was a police officer and I wanted to become somewhat better, I still couldn't. So yeah, there's that. I wanted to talk about dragging, but I think I already did with that clip earlier. Another point was I didn't understand what the jobs for civilian were, like just standard civ jobs. So there was like a marauder, which is like a criminal. There was like east side mob and there was west side mob. The only difference that these jobs had was like clothes. The marauder didn't even have a different clothes from a standard civilian. I didn't understand why. I didn't understand why a civilian would have to change to one of these jobs to become a criminal. Like, why can't this? Like, I think everyone who's not a government job, like police, fireman, paramedic, I think everyone that's just civilian can be what they want. I think that's a lot more immersive, and I didn't understand why to have like a fancy coat or something, you'd have to be a specific job for that. To be honest, I assumed, because I saw people running around, I assumed you could buy those suits, but no, that's only if you become the certain job. It just confused me, and I didn't see the point, and I don't think any civilian really becomes those jobs to roleplay as that job. I think they just probably do it for the clothing. just my opinion, and I just thought it was a bit silly, that's all. Last point I wanted to make in the bad section, there was no bank like to rob. There was the NPC where you can saw that's brilliant. There was no bank to, and I thought that was a missing opportunity. They have this big bank that, and you can open the vault, but there was just nothing there. Bless it. So I thought that was a big missing opportunity. I think that definitely gives people to work up. But obviously, maybe if you say like, oh yeah, people would just be doing it off while people don't. Just have it so like there needs to be like 4 or 5 cops on at the same time to rob the bank, something like that. I think that would give criminals, more of a thing. Like there you go, see, empty. I thought, oh maybe it's just on a cooler. No, there's no bank at all. So I think that's a big missing opportunity. And finally, I'm going to move on to the community side. Big disappointment when it comes to the peak time admins. This was peak time. There was 70 to 80 players on. There was, I think, throughout the whole day, 2 admins. There was an AFK founder. I didn't see him once. There was a mod. I can't remember his name. If you go to the T, you probably know who you are, because it was all day today. And HNS Bullet. I know because I wrote that down. HNS Bullet. He disappointed me. I'm going to rant on about the admins a bit. I don't think admins on this server are bad, because I did ask people who played the game a lot what admins are like. They all said they are quite reliable, they're all friendly. So then I'm like, okay, so I do these little tests. Like I remember getting RDM'd, like legit RDM'd, like I wasn't just setting it up. And it said he saw my report that I was talking about earlier with the reports thing. Didn't come. Didn't come at all. Like I was sat there waiting, like he just didn't come. And then I got my friend. I killed him. He was the one in the gingerbread mask that I just shot in the head. I told him to report it. He reported it. Nothing happened again. And then I run into HNS Bullet. I think that clip was on earlier. And yeah, he just said, I told him like, why didn't you come? Like, and he was just like, whoops. And then he just started like, jumping up and down like with his. I just thought it was really unprofessional. And because I was really enjoying this server, but I think he just almost ruined it for me, just how unprofessional he was being. It really, actually quite annoyed me, like quite a lot. But like I said, people who I did speak to said the admins are always reliable. Like I said, when you call an admin, what are they like? And they said, yeah, they're always there. So I don't know, it might have just been a bad day. It was a Monday, but yeah, I just thought it has to be mentioned. Because I think there was a lack of admins on, players were pretty messy. I think, like I said, I don't know if this server's really trying to be serious, but if it is, it's doing a pretty bad job of it. Players were all over the place, and like I said, even though like guns are pretty, like people were clashing props, making earthquakes. I just found it to be mess. Players were messy. Some of them were nice, some of them were loyal. Like I spoke to the loyal ones who were saying really good things about the server, but others were just messing about. And I think because there was a lack of admins on, I think I saw the bad side of the server. I think there's a part of the server that I haven't seen, and that's when these admins are on. And I don't want to say all this stuff because that might not even be true. I might be talking out my bum. But yeah, that let me down. This is a pretty big community, and I think I've only been in a server at the same time with like 3 of them. One was AFK. I saw the mod a few times. He actually seemed more professional than the admin, which was HNS Bullet. I'm not trying to get this guy in trouble, but all I'm saying is admins have the potential to ruin reputations of servers. It doesn't matter. It just takes one. So just be careful on that. There was certain problem, like some people said that there were certain admins that abused, but I'm not gonna. They mentioned names, but I don't know these people. I'm not gonna say they are because I haven't seen it for myself. But yeah, first impressions. This server was absolutely, but it was almost already on a 10, but it slowly went. I think when I became police and I saw the uglier side, like when it comes to admins, it bumped it down to an 8. Now, an 8 is still a solid score, but it's just a shame. It's a shameful 8 because it could have been more. It really could have been more, but I think just the admins just let me down a bit. When I say admins, I don't mean all the admins, because there are a lot of admins on the server, but no one was on. So I have not seen, if you've got any really proud admins that you're proud of, I haven't seen them. I've seen a few, and they let me down. and I review these from my experience. I don't ask other people to tell me this is my game. I'm in this game. Now give me what you've got, and that's what I got. It's an 8 out of 10. Now that is still pretty darn good. That is something to be proud of. I just think I'm just saying this now because it just could have been more, and it's annoying me. And I'm rambling on now, and I'm so sorry. But thanks for watching. I really appreciate you watching throughout. This is really long. I don't know why my videos are getting so long. I forget how much I talk. But I really appreciate it. If you could like and subscribe if you liked anyway. Subscribe if you want to watch more reviews, because I will be making them. Hyplex, the forums will be in the description. My Twitter will be in the description if you could follow me on that, because I'll appreciate that. I want to get a little base going on there. And yeah, thanks for watching guys. I really appreciate it. Leave some comments. I'll read them all. I'll reply to them all. And yeah, have a nice day. Thank you. Bye.